Good morning. This is Marcus Solar at Insurance Agency Marketing Services. I want to thank you all for taking some time out to listen into the webinar this morning about Retirement Analyzer, the needs-based software program that helps you uncover the needs of your clients moving forward in this ever-changing environment, and also helping you protect your agency and your business as we move forward. We're going to go ahead and get started today. We have the privilege of having the founders of the software program on board with us this morning. Brooke Thomas and Steve Goldstein are going to be joining us this morning. I want to apologize up front. I do have a cold, so let's get through so I can turn it over to them and have them take over the webinar. I'm going to go through a couple of different value adds from Insurance Agency Marketing Services first thing this morning, and then I'm going to turn it over to them. We are going to open it up and to any questions as we move forward this morning. So if you do have questions, please go ahead and type them down in the box listed below. We'll try to answer those as we go through the webinar this morning, as we're going to be covering a lot of different material. And then we'll open up to a final question and answer at the end. Again, we do appreciate you taking time to listen in this morning. Again, I'm a director of annuity sales here at Insurance Agency Marketing and the administrator in-house here of the Retirement Analyzer software program. So if you have any questions in particular to that program or are interested in working with that software through our agency here, I would be your point of contact within the office. So let's go ahead and get started. Insurance Agency Marketing Services is celebrating our 30th year in business. And let's share with each and every one of you some of the bonuses or perks that we bring to the table for our advisors. With the new producer bonus program that we do offer for bringing you on board with Insurance Agency Marketing, we do have 3 separate levels. This is a way for us to say thank you for doing business and welcome aboard. It is based on premium, whether that is single premium life premium or annuity premium. It is, we have 3 separate levels. It is good for the first 180 days or 6 months that you are on board with us. Once you do choose an item off of one of these different levels, the program does shut off. You can choose anything from the $100,000 level, whether it be $750 in cash bonus back to you, or a 2-year subscription to a website or newsletter service, all the way to 5,000 piece mailing or 4,000 piece mailing and seminar coaching by 2 of our top producers, either Matt Gill or Dave Pimper. So whether you want to take this new producer bonus program and resupply or refill your pipeline, being a new producer or being a experienced producer in the field, and have us help you out with one of your seminars and refill that pipeline so you have more prospects to see, we can certainly do that. Or if you want help with a website and you're just getting started, we can certainly help you out with that as well. Another way, again, for us to say thank you and welcome aboard to Insurance Agency Marketing Services. We have announced our 2018 Top Producers Escape. This is going to be held February 25th through the 28th, 2018. It is going to be at the Boulders Resort and Spa in Scottsdale, Arizona. To qualify for that, you can have any of the combination of either $2 million in annuity premium, $1 million in med supplement, $1.5 million in single premium life premium, $175,000 in target life, or $400,000 in long-term care. So any combination of any of those would qualify you for the Top Producers Escape. Again, that will be held at the Boulders Resort and Spa in Scottsdale, Arizona. We do have our creative services department in-house. This is our marketing department. Again, another way for us to say thank you for doing business and how can we help your business grow. And no matter whether you're a new producer in the field or have been a producer for many, many years, a well-experienced producer, and you want to expand into radio or television, we have the capabilities to certainly help you succeed and exceed in that area. Another way for us to say thank you for the partnership, and ways for us to help you grow your business. Again, we do not look for dollars or money out of your pocket. This is another way for us to say thank you for doing business, and a way for us to certainly give back. So whether you're new in the business and you're looking for the basic marketing, either it's branding, building, logo, business cards, stationery, letterhead, or envelopes, or you've been in business for many, many years, again, you're looking for maybe a rebranding of your business, we can certainly help you out no matter where you're at in business. One thing that we've discovered with many years under our belt is 86 of internet users over the age of 65 use email and are on the internet. So one way that our marketing area can certainly help you out is through newsletters, whether it's website lead forms, client management tools, and email newsletters, keeping you in front of those types of clients, which for most of our advisors are your ideal clients. We do offer for our advisors 30-day trial free access to this service. Again, this is another value add for our advisors that are contracted through insurance agency marketing services. This is another value add through insurance agency marketing, or IAMS. It is an industry recognized life and annuity academy, a training event. It is a 2-day training event. It is co-hosted by one of the industry leading insurance carriers out of Des Moines, Iowa. This 2-day training event is going to be taking place in May. For all the dates and locations, please give our office a call. I am going to go ahead and open a poll here before I get too far into this. I'm going to go ahead and launch this poll. This 2-day training event is actually going to be held at Athene. Again, it's not going to be anything out of the producer's pocket. It's going to be co-hosted by Athene and Insurance Agency Marketing. We're going to be bringing in 4 of our top producers that all produce north of $10 million annually. They're going to be talking, excuse me, they're going to be talking not only about their prospecting methods, what they do to keep their pipelines full, their turnkey seminar systems, what they see as industry threats and trends. And we're going to have specialists come in and talk about index annuities and unraveled and what they see as trends going forward. We're going to have our marketing director come in and talk about large life case marketing, business insurance concepts around key person life insurance, single premium life, best income riders within the industry, wealth transfer tools, you name it. There's really going to be no topic going to be uncovered. We're also going to be talking about the DOL, as that is one of the hottest topics out there in the industry right now. What effects we see that's going to have within the industry. And then we're also going to be talking about insurance agency marketing's RIA platform in-house for those that are interested in possibly going in that direction, as we want to make sure that our advisors have an option if the DOL does go through. So this training is going to be held in May at Athene. So please, if you want more information on the dates, the specific dates, the times, please indicate that you want information on that. I'll be more than happy to follow up with you on that after the webinar closes today. We do have paperless contracting. This really saves a lot of time and energy for advisors that want to become contracted with insurance agency marketing, and it is all done online. The nice and efficient platform allows that when you want to add contracts in the future, it can be all done electronically. so you don't have to fill out 10 or 12 different pages for ongoing contracts that you want to add through insurance agency marketing services. We do have the website. This is, again, another excellent tool for you to use. It is available for you 24/7. It does give you access to forums. If you're out with the client on the weekend and our office is closed, you do have access to forums, whether it's applications or service forms. We do have industry links out there, life and annuity news, and we also have annuity grids, life grids, and product information or specific product information if you're looking for that. The other key point out there is we do have a term quoter. If you are looking for life insurance, you can get quick quotes off of the website at that point in time as well. Like I noted real quick too, off the Academy website, we do have insurance agency wealth management. This was launched towards the end of last year. This is a new tool that is available through our office. You can certainly reach Charles Hearing Jr. in our office for more information if this is something that you would like to pursue. His direct number is 888-255-7670. This certainly can help you grow your business, broaden the scope of your services, and provide and improve your client relationship. So please give him a call for any questions that you might have, but he would be more than happy to help you out. Again, his number is 888, right there at the bottom of the screen, 255-7670. Again, we're going to be talking about Retirement Analyzer today in the webinar. This is free for qualifying agents. Some of the questions we're going to be covering today is, can I continue my present standard of living in my retirement years? When can I retire safely without running out of money? This is an excellent tool, easy to understand. It's really simplistic for the client, simplistic for the agent. We'll get into that a little bit further in the presentation this morning. We have the Easy Money Now, which is a referral producer program and the marketing reimbursement dollars. We do have the $50 for the referral. When your referral contracts with us, you get $50. When he does business or she does business, you get $100. And then you get 20 basis points on any business that your referral does thereafter. So if you have 3 people that you referred to us and they do $1 million in a calendar year, that means you get $6,000 in your pocket in cash for you. What some of my advisors do is turn around and use that money towards their marketing budget, so there's really nothing out of pocket for them. We also have the marketing reimbursement program. We pay $200 in marketing reimbursement for every $100,000 in premium that you write. So it's another way to help offset any marketing expenditures that you have within your practice. So with that, if we don't have any questions for me on the value adds of insurance agency marketing services, at this point in time, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to, give me just a minute, turn it over to Brooke and Steve.
Hey, Marcus.
Yeah. I just switched the presentation button, and you guys are unmuted at this point in time, so you guys should be able to take it over at this point in time.
Yeah, Marcus, can you let me show my screen if that's okay? I think Brooke is self-muted there, so let's see if we can get that taken care of.
Yeah, it's all done.
Okay, here we go. I'm not being able to show my screen though. Did you? Let's see. Hold on.
Marcus, if you right-click on Steve's name, you should be able to make him the presenter.
Right. Click on.
There we go. Perfect, perfect. Okay, let me just get set up here. Take like 5 seconds. Alrighty. Brooke, want to start?
Yes, absolutely. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for taking time to join us. Thanks, Marcus, for the intro. Guys, what we're going to do today is really just look at a brief overview of Retirement Analyzer. So for those of you that are new to the program, this program is truly product neutral. It's really a needs-based selling system. So you're going to go in, you're going to give a client a snapshot of where they are today. You're going to show them, if there's problems, basically how to fix them. And then you're going to inject the product on the tail end in step 3. So that's called our 3-step sales process. We will walk you through that, like I said, and give you a brief overview. The one thing I want to point out is that Steve and I are producers, and so we know, what you guys are going through. We've actually sat at the dining room table and had conversations with clients. In fact, all of these models that we create, we test with real live clients. So hopefully, with that being said, it has a simple feel, and we really try to use that in everything that we do, creating simple solutions to really streamline your processes and make it easier for you. We've got a lot of stuff going on right now, kind of in response to this DOL. We'll talk about that too. But I want to first just familiarize you with the support systems and platforms that we have here. And Steve and I will kind of go through this and alternate, but we have quick clips. So when you download the software and get a subscription, and Marcus can set you up, tell you how to do that. But once you have that created, we have quick clips on every header throughout the software. So you click the play button. It's a 2 to 5 minute recording specific to each section. We also have Thomas Gold Talk, and this is a chat. It's kind of like Facebook for Retirement Analyzer users. You can chat in there 24 hours a day, and we'll get back to you, answer questions. A lot of people will go and post interesting articles, things of that nature. We have live training every single day as well. So from 10 to 11 a.m. Central, you will see a light bulb appear in your software. You can click on it. It will take you into the training for that day. And here's the deal. This is not a canned presentation. Obviously, today we're going to go through our material, but the live trainings, they don't work like that at all. It is driven by advisor questions. We'll go through a file if you have a file you want us to review. We'll take questions from the audience. Totally different format from today. Steve?
And guys, so Brooke talked to you about the Success in 60, I think, but the Power Hour and Success in 60, right, they are, as she said, right, 10 to 11 Central, and the beauty of the whole thing is you just create the agenda, okay? Some days there's people in there, in the Power Hour, some days there's not, but we're there for you, okay? Our whole goal is to make sure you have the best possible user experience that you can using this software. I just want to touch back on Thomas Gold Talk. It's really a community of advisors that we've actually developed here. Let's face it, you guys have to make a decision, okay? So if you're not using a software program, we don't know what's going on with this DOL, and frankly, I'm kind of sick of talking about it because it's just so vague and confusing, but something's coming, okay? And we're developing our software to protect you in that kind of environment. But if you don't use a software program or you're thinking about keeping it simple, too simple, and you don't have the right documentation, and you're not able to represent yourself if there's some kind of lawsuit, I would be, not to scare you on the phone here today, I would be concerned about that, though. Okay, so you have to make a decision on who you're going to go with when it comes to software. A company that can actually give you the ability to store important data, to store recommendations, to note what you've talked about in meetings, to set it, to talk about employee and client goals and things like that. You have to have a place for it, and we're going to show you that today. Okay, but you have to make that decision, and that's why these training platforms are here. This power line is open 8 to 5 Central every business day. And you know what? There's some calls on that power line that take an hour and 25 minutes. Okay, so if that's what it takes for you to understand the software, we're willing to spend the time with you. I don't know where you're going to find a company like that, right? This is all about you, all right, and getting you acclimated to the software so you can use it and do well with it, okay? Last but not least, the virtual track class. And this is done every quarter. Okay, every quarter we do this. So it'll be April, July, October, and January. Now, we just finished our January class. Went really well. We had a lot of people in there. And what this is, it's really like a deep dive look into the software. It's roll your sleeves up appointment training. That's what it is. Okay, and then what do you get out of that? You come out of that class knowing how to use the software and feeling darn comfortable about it. Now, that goes on for a month. Meets 2 times a week for an hour and a half over a 4-week period. Now, a lot of people say that's too much of a commitment. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Where do you want to be when it comes to this DOL fiduciary stuff? And where do you want to be in that client relationship? How close do you want to be to your clients? You have to make the decision. Forget about all this automation and who's going to do what, and you can do this here and that and everywhere. You have to be able to get close in that client relationship. That's what we believe, okay? So we're going to give you the tools to do that, all right? Use the software to answer any possible what-if question they could have so they feel comfortable. Why would somebody sue you if they know that you did the right thing for them and they sign that you did? That's what we're going to give you, okay? This virtual track, you'll learn everything about the software in about a month, okay? And again, you'll hit the ground running when you get out of there, okay, and get done. All right, and we consider you an RAA or Retirement Analyzer Advisor when you complete that, or when you go through all of these and you're using this, right, part of our community. 4,100 strong right now, 4,100 users, okay? That's our support, and we throw this up there in the front so you know that it's not just, hey, here's the software, go ahead, see what you got. We don't leave it like that. I know Marcus works very, very hard at IAMS, and we do too here at Thomas Gold, and we will be there for you every step of the way. And you know what will happen? You'll find yourselves not using this after a while. You know why? Because you got the software down. All right? So that's our support platform. Brooke, you want to jump in?
Yeah, let's do it, guys. So we mentioned there's a lot of different stuff that you can access. So on the News and Talk page, well, let me back up. When you first log into the software, you're going to be prompted with a question. Basically, are you a Pro or a Pro Plus user? Pro users, that's really just for insurance licensed folks. The Pro Plus is for, if you have you're 65 or you're 7 or something like that, okay? Now, once you answer that question, it will direct you to the appropriate version. I did mention we have live training every day from 10 to 11 Central. You can see that light bulb right there in your top toolbar. Now, on your News and Talk page, I mentioned Thomas Gold Talk, and right here in this center section is where you will find that. Again, a great space to go in. We post any changes that we're pushing. You can see people posting articles. There's just a lot of great banter that goes on in this area. Let's jump over now to our locker. And a couple of things I want to point out in the locker. Really under the training locker here, the first one, there's an entire self-study course here, guys. So you can go in, you can watch videos, you can take quizzes. It will really make sure that you have a thorough understanding of the program, okay? So check that out. It's a great place to start. The other thing I would say when you're getting started is use yourself as an example and run your own numbers through the program. That'll help you get acclimated more quickly than anything. A couple of other things, there's case studies in this area. If you're trying to really understand how to go in and present maybe overfunded life insurance, okay? You can click right here, tax-free income, watch the video. Steve and I go through a sample file. We show you printout-wise what we would really go in and show the client. You can actually download the printout. So really good, different case studies here for you to access. Under our middle door, a couple of things I want to point out. Under appointment forms, Steve, do you want to talk to them about the different client data forms?
Yeah, and we have it here for you. Now, you know what? It's up to you, your process, right? It can be different for everybody, right? You want to go back out and use the, you want to do things the way they used to be done a little while ago, where you actually print out a client data form and you fill it out, and then you come back and you transfer the information into the software. You can do that, right? We also have fillable budget worksheets, fillable client data forms. Okay, you could do that where you actually type in front on your laptop in front of a computer, take the information that way, and then transfer it back into the software. But you know what we find? After a while, you start to feel so darn comfortable with the software that you actually take the software out. And you're interviewing the client, and as they give you the information, you're typing it into the software. Okay, how efficient is that? That's pretty darn good. So if you think about this, picture yourself in your office, right? You might have a flat screen TV up on the wall. Client brings all their stuff, right? All their, investment statement, Social Security statement, pension, anything, whatever it is. And you're actually creating the analysis right in front of them when they watch. I don't think it gets too much better than that. And then they start throwing what-if questions at you. Okay, now, I hope you don't worry about that. A lot of people, I remember coming into the industry, nobody wanted any questions. No, there's no questions. I'm going to tell you something. We welcome questions. Bring them on. Okay? I'll answer any question you can have within a couple of keystrokes. We'll make 5 or 10 or 15 different scenarios. You tell me what you're thinking. You know why, Mr. and Mrs. Client? Because this plan is specific to you. So we'll make it yours. You want to retire 2 years earlier? We'll show you what it looks like. You want to run the analysis without your investment properties in there? We'll show you what it looks like. You can do anything in this software, okay? But these forms are what you need to get started and to take you through the whole appointment process. Now, this client starter pack, just really quickly, this here, basically what you do is you click it, it downloads to the bottom left-hand corner, right, opens up, and basically what it does is it actually gives them a list of everything they need to bring to be ready for the first appointment. Okay? You can see it. All right? And we have these kinds of forms here. All you do is just change the red text here with your information. You pop your information there. And on the bottom of this one, there's a budget worksheet to take a shot at that. I hope you guys have adopted the budget being the cornerstone of all financial planning, because I'll tell you, without a good budget, I mean, you got some problems. You're not going to be able to give them good projections, right? And if you get sued or whatever, right? How you could possibly get sued if they don't give you the right information. We have a document in here that says, you know what? I've given my advisor all of the information necessary to complete a thorough and accurate analysis. All right? So this client starter pack is going to tell them what to bring, and there's going to be a form following right up behind that saying, you got it all. We want to protect you too, right? They can sue. They better give you all the information so you do a correct analysis for them. Can't do it with half. Okay? These are the kinds of things you'll find in this in this appointment form section right here. We have fact packs, which are one-page data pieces. I think you'll enjoy those. Simple, easy to understand, just on concepts, taxation, Social Security, things like that. There's some marketing pieces in here you can see. All right? And you go through the locker and you decide, what you want to do. Okay? There's a seminar also. All right? But again, it's your locker. As when you first start with the software, just go through it, open the doors, check it out, and you can see, everything that's happening. Might not use it all, but there's a lot here. Brooke, last one?
Yeah, absolutely. So support, guys, we've really talked about all of the different support and training that you can access. There's also a power line that you can call into every day from 8 to 5 Central, 800-854-6621. Everyone that answers that phone is a licensed insurance person as well, so they can help you not only from a tech side of things, but with what to print out, how to position the sale, etc. So those are our training platforms. Now we talk about that first because this is obviously a lot to take in. So we just want you to know we're here to hold your hand through the acclimation process. Let's look at a sample file now, and in this sample file, it's just a vanilla file. We are going to walk you through today how you would set up a guaranteed income benefit sale. Do know, however, though, that we do manage money as well, so you can definitely flip and position that kind of product too. What we have is we have 3 input tabs, 3 output tabs, and then 3 solutions tabs. And I'm going to quickly walk you through tabs 1 through 3. So tab 1 is looking at income. Really, are these people still working? If they are, we want to know how much they're making and when they would like to retire. Social Security section, you can build just a primary benefit like what we have in this example, or for those of you that are doing more advanced strategies, you can show file and suspend, etc. Okay, so this can really handle any Social Security situation. We have lots of what we call quick links or little quick calculators that you'll find throughout our software. And let's look at the Social Security calculator in particular. Guys, this is basic. I know any one of you can probably pop open your Texas Instruments and knock out this calculation. But again, that's just one more step. So what Steve and I did for you here, we provided you a Social Security calculator. All you do is open it. It's showing the client's year of birth, their FRA, full retirement age. Okay. All you need to do is pull that FRA benefit amount off of the statement. You pop it into this calculator. You choose the COLA that they're comfortable with, and it's going to basically show you every age and the benefit they would be eligible for at that time. So again, not rocket science, but here's the thing. If the client retires at an off age, say they retire at 64 and they want to draw Social Security at that time, that is not an age that is printed on the Social Security statement. So you have to crunch and figure out that number. So that is what you would use this for. All right, let's close out of this. And down below, we have a pension benefits section. You can see here you can build in the pension, the gross monthly benefit, COLAs, survivor options. Again, it handles it all. Let's move now to tab 2. Tab 2 is where we look at assets. So again, we want to know about checking accounts, savings accounts. We want to know about IRAs. It can handle anything. You can see on the drop down for tax classification, the range of different options you have there. Okay, Investment vehicle, pretty much the same thing. Everything you can think of. If not, you have another field there that you can check. Now, when it looks at risk, our program, we really do keep this simple. We want to know, is the money low risk or at risk? We'll show you how that plays in down below. And then value and monthly contribution. Okay, pretty straightforward. We do have an additional assets section. This is where you can account for home values. Maybe they have invested in artwork or things of that nature. We have a SPIA section and also an income benefits annuities section. Again, we'll show you that more here in just a moment. Now down below, we have the risk analysis and allocation, okay? And our left-hand pie chart is looking at what we entered in the top section, and it's really just showing us where we are today. Okay, so this client has a lot of money at risk. Now what we're doing on the right-hand side is we're looking at the client's desired allocation. Now you can see 50-50 is what they prefer. That can be a tricky number for a client to arrive at. Okay, they really just don't know when you ask that question. So what we also did is we created a risk assessment questionnaire. When you click on this, it's going to walk through very basic questions. Based on how they answer these questions, you click Save and Close, and it will automatically dial in the percentages on that right-hand pie chart for you. Okay, the Pro Plus version is what we're looking at today. We do have a FINRA letter on this version of the software too, so no issues there. We have a rate of return section. We also have a portfolio information section. Now, one thing I want to point out, you see this bottom question, minimum retirement funds of $46,000 in this example. Make a mental note of that, okay? That's basically the amount they never want to drop below. It's our caution light, in essence. Okay, let's move back now to tab 3, or I should say on to tab 3. This is our last input tab, guys. Now, you can, if you have a client resisting a budget, let's say, you can build in a clumped number. So you know what, Brooke, I'm spending $7,700 a month. I don't want to break it out. I'm just spending $7,700 a month. You can run it that way. But I tell you what, if you take the time to do an advanced budget, you will be blown away at how things like a mortgage and showing that not being affected by inflation and the payoff date of that can be enough to literally alleviate a client's red line and fix their running out of money problem. It's that big of a deal, guys. So what this advanced budget is doing, check this out. I love this. You can really go in, you can itemize this. It's completely customizable. So you can show all of the costs. If we scroll back up to the mortgage really quickly, this is where I was saying you can show a mortgage, you can show it not being affected by inflation, you can show the payoff date. There's a lot of people, and we know statistically that healthcare is growing more rapidly than the average inflation rate. So fine, pop in 5-6% if you want. Okay, you can drag and drop, you can delete, you can rename in the description category. Very, very flexible. Let's close that up. Okay, and in the middle section with liabilities, maybe they have an outstanding mortgage, maybe college debt, you can really build that in. And then we have a future cash flow section where you can incorporate rental properties, real estate investments, that's often what we see in here, college funding, overfunding life insurance that they get tax-free income from can be here as well. So at this point, we're done with data entry. Let's move now to 6. And on tab 6, this is where the rubber meets the road. Okay, we have a yellow line appearing in 2043. That's where they drop below the 46,000. Okay, so caution. Red line's where they're out of money. This is step 1 in the 3-step sales process. Show them where they are today. Now, what Steve's going to walk you through is step 2, which is what we call balance, and then in step 3, we'll plug in that product.
And guys, I'm not saying this because Brooke and I own the company. I'm saying this because this is what we try to do with our clients, because if we don't do this, we don't feel like we give them any value, okay? If we can't show them this view that Brooke's talking about right here, why are we working with them, right? We have to graduate to this level here, at least, to show them what the rest of their lives might look like, even if they happen to get to age 100. And you know what? I read an article a little while ago. There's supposed to be over 500,000 centenarians in this country by 2060, okay? 500,000 people over the age of 100. So we got to plan out, all right? So what I'm going to show you is our 3-step sales process with the first one being the current scenario. What do you look like today after gathering the data? That's all we're doing. Okay, they don't look real good right here, right? 84 and 83. You can live a lot longer than that these days. You can. Okay, so watch this though. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to work off of one page. We're going to keep it ultra simple, but I'm going to show you how the software works here. I'm going to go to the reports and print section right here. Now, you see these here that I'm dragging? Each one of these is the last 4 lines of a scenario. You can work longer, you can save more, you can do whatever you want, you can sell the house, whatever you want to do, right? But each one's a different scenario. And as I make different scenarios, I note them. So I know what they are. Okay? That's what I do. Now, all we're doing, the bulk of the work is in this current one, the initial gathering. You're not going to have to type this in 3 or 4 times. This one here is the one, and it has to be right. Okay? Because in other words, if I'm building all kinds of offshoots from this one into this one, and then this one into this one, it's a step process. What if I have to go back and change something here because I got it wrong? Then I'd have to change all these. Okay? So what we say to do is to lock down the initial the information on the initial appointment, and then start working. Okay? So here's what we're going to do for you today. Watch this. This here is a sample, the one I have right here, and it matches this one here. See it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this to show you how to get to here and show you how to get to here. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go into this, the sample file. Watch this now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start making some suggestions to the client. Okay? We're going to be paid for our advice. Let's just say that, this looks a little early for us these days when people live so long. So why don't we do this then? Why don't we have them work, 3 years longer so their brain doesn't become mush, right? You don't use your brain for a while, it becomes mush, I think. I've seen that a couple of times. All right? So let's go to 2026. So now it's 66 and 65. All right? And because we do that, right, let's push the Social Securities out a little bit. Watch this. I'm going to go to Brooks Calculator, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, see the radio button here? I'm going to just choose 70 on both of them and just try things. Okay? And then we have the values. Let me click Save, and watch what happens. See, now the 70 value is actually in here. So what do? We moved retirement out 3 years, and we pushed Social Security back a little bit. Right? Now, pension we're going to leave alone. Right? That's fine. All right, let's go to assets here now. And what we're going to do here, because we did such a great job on the budget, what we're going to do is we're going to have them start contributing the max amount to a Roth. Okay? Now, they're both over 50, so they have the catch-up contribution. $541 a month is $6,500 a year, the Roth contribution. Okay? Tax-free income. Beautiful. And that's all we're going to do. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to jump back to tab 6, and let's recap what we did. Look how much better this looks. Okay, now we still have a yellow line, meaning we went under the 46,000, but we don't have a red line. Okay, so let me show you what the printout looks like. And we're here. Okay, now this is the first scenario when we first sat down, didn't do anything. We go to work here, and you see these notes here? You create them. Say whatever you want. You want to go slow? You could go retire 3 years later. That would be one chart. Begin Social Security at 70. That would be the next chart. Gary and Jenna both contribute 65 to Ross. That can be the next chart. You want 17 different steps? Use 17 different steps. Right? Obviously, we don't have the time to do that here today. So what I did was I made these 3 changes and look at the difference between the 2 charts. Okay? That's pretty good, right? What is that, 17 years later? And I don't even run out of money making these 3 changes. So the presentation of this is, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Client, this is what it looks like initially. I tried some things. Would you consider working 3 years later? Can you? Okay. And because you do that, let's put Social Security back to 70 in case one of you lives to 93, 94. They'll have the higher benefit going to them. Okay, let's try that. And then let's contribute to Ross while you're working. And if you do that, and you can do that, look how much better you look. And now let's put the product into play, because now that we alleviated the red line, we have a good idea that the product will probably enhance this. Okay? So watch what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go back to one. I'm going to go back to tab 2. I'm going to pick the asset that we want to move. Now let's go down to these pie charts for a quick second. Brooke told you about a problem we have there. The one on the right is what's suitable or what subject to the way they answered the questions they should have. The one on the left is what they do have. Problem, right? All right, so watch this now. We're going to try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. What we're going to do is we're going to take this $200,000 Gabelli mutual fund account. I'm going to click plus right here, and this is going to give me the ability to bring it down into the GIB section. Watch this. By just clicking GIB, I move the top down into the bottom, okay? And basically, this one had a cost basis of $200,000. The cost basis is transferred down. Program knows all the taxation. They don't know what to do, right? And all I have to do is recall IAMS, right? Call them up and ask them for an illustration. And I just took a Lincoln product here, and we're neutral as they come. We're Switzerland when it comes to products, right? We don't care as long as they work. But look at that, and then this is where IAMS would help you, though. So we don't dabble in products. IAMS will make that product recommendation for you or help you with that. What we concentrate on doing is bring it into the software so the client understands it, right? So here's the $200,000, and I'm going to put it away for 10 years, and it's going to throw off $20,361, right? Now this is guaranteed, I think, all right? 0% credited, okay? Bare skin and bones right here, okay? So if I divide $20,361 by 12, I get $1,697. So watch how easy this is. Watch. Come back here. Now I have the Lincoln GIB down here, right? I want to go monthly because we think that it actually looks a lot better monthly. It displays much better where you can take monthly income, all right? Instead of the $20,361, we're going to have it coming in monthly. You want to know how to work that? Take the $20,361 in January and take $1,697 every month from that account to cover your costs. We're going to start at 10 years from now, run it for life. You could put a rider fee in here. You could increase the $1,697 for life or a short, a period of time, whatever you want to do. Okay, let's keep it simple here. Click Save and Close. Okay, and watch what happens here. The Gabelli funds are gone. See, they're gone. They're not here anymore. And you know where they are? They're right down here. Okay, $1,697 starting 10 years from now. Pie charts, beautiful. Good, right? Okay, now watch this now. All we have to do is we have to make the retirement funds look a little bit better. And you see what we just did? We didn't make them look a little better. We made them look a lot better. Okay? We went from, $26,000 to what? $288,000. 10 times. Okay? By moving that asset. So let's go back to our one pager right here. And there it is right here. Let me try to get them all in one. There it is. And what did I do? Here's your notes section. $200,000 from mutual funds at GIB Annuity. Deferred 10 years, income February 2027. Why would a client do this? Because of this. Because it makes the situation look better. There's your product recommendation. Is it a good one? Sure. Could it be 5 different ones? Maybe. Who knows? All I know, this is guaranteed. This is 0% interest, all right? It's not going to get any worse than this. All right, now, granted, there's all kinds of inflation numbers. There's so many moving parts, guys. Our job is not that easy, right? We don't have anything. Anything could be anywhere, any day. This crazy economy we're in. We don't know if inflation at 3% or 4% is right. Right? We're projecting rates of return at 3% here. We're trying to be as conservative as possible. What if 2008 happens again? Again, we're just trying to stick and move. And every year we make our changes and we try to land this thing later in life for clients so they have a successful retirement. And that's what we're trying to do here. Okay? So that's this. You're on one page. And you look at and you show this. Now this is just annuities. This is just cash flow right here. So basically what we try to do is gather the information here, and we try to make tab number 6 look as good as possible if they happen to make it to age 101 and 100 here. Now Brooke's going to talk to you about 7, 8, and 9 quickly on what we do after we make 6 look good in case they happen to live a full life.
Okay, perfect. And on tab 7, really, guys, 7, 8, 9, we're just going to start shooting the bullets at the plan, okay? Stress testing it. Tab 7, we're going to go in, we're going to show, Gary, if you pass away, here's the effects on Jenna, and then we'll vice versa, okay? The very cool thing about tab 7 is it's going to show you the exact amount of insurance needed in order to protect the remaining spouse, okay? So you go in, you sell that amount of death benefit. We can show you how to do combo products, all sorts of very nice things here in life insurance. Okay. Tab 8 is using that same kind of concept, but it's looking at throwing them in a long-term care facility. We show you the average cost based on their geographic area. We show them going into a facility for 4 years. In this example, you actually can change all of these numbers here if you'd like. But it's amazing. People don't realize, like in this example, the cost today of the facility is $62.96. Okay, so growing at a 4.35% inflation rate until his age of 80 when he goes in the facility is the equivalent of $17,721. And people just do not realize how drastically that can wipe out and how quickly it can wipe out their retirement funds. Okay, so you scroll down below, you can show them basically in this example, by 3 years in the facility, they're dropping below that reserve amount, and by the 4th year, they're totally out of money. Okay, so again, nice illustration piece here. Let's move to tab 9. This tab is sequence of returns. You can go in this example, it's defaulting to the start year of 2000. So basically, we're picking a 10-year block of time as from the S&P 500. The most dramatic is, again, 2000 to 2009. So that is what it's going to default to. And all we're doing here is we're comparing an average of a 3% rate of return that Steve showed you back on tab 6. So that's where it's rosy, everything's in line, not running out of money. And we're saying on the right-hand yellow side, if we take the money that's at risk and we apply the market returns, look at how big of a difference this makes. So after a 10-year period, a difference of over $306,000 between, again, just averaging 3% and being in the market in the yellow side. Now, that's the most dramatic period because we had not only one downturn, but we had two. So the market tanked from 2000 to 2002. It recovered. Then it got smacked again in 08 at negative 38%, as you can see there. Okay? So that is what makes a difference. Now, interestingly enough, when Steve scrolls down here, you see how on the right-hand side they have a red line appearing? And on the left-hand side, they've got money left throughout age 100. So the question, is it worth it? Is it worth it when we know you can average 3%, which is very, very doable, and be fine forever? Is it worth it to go the other way? Now, watch this. For those of you that are doing managed money, Steve, can you go back to the top and flip and pick a period here where the market, it swings in favor of the market? So just be aware when you're playing around with this, it can quickly and hugely swing in favor of the market, just like this example here. Okay, so we changed our start date to 1995. That particular block was a 10-year where the market had big returns. In fact, it only had three. It looks like they're negative years, but it was later on. And it's really when they hit in that front end where it makes the biggest difference. But just play with this, and again, you can swing it either way. Steve, anything else to add there?
No, I'll tell you. Just one last thing though is sequence of returns. It's explained best, and Brooke and I have done our research. I think she might have said that, but you want to show it, right? We never know what's going to happen again, but it's this block right here where the problem is, and this is the best sequence of returns all the way 10-year period, all the way back to 1960. Okay, so show it. There's no guarantee it's going to happen again, but a lot of people feel like it is. Okay, and if it happens to take place in the first few years of retirement, like if we go back to 2000 to 2009, and you get these negative returns here, it's going to look real good for people, right? So use it. Okay, guys. One thing I got to tell you is this: Brooke told you that we are producers, and we are, right? And we were busier before, and the reason why we're not busier now is because we spend a heck of a lot of time working on this program every day. You're going to see changes pushed out 2-3 times a week here. Okay, we know that things are changing. Trump's in office, obviously, right? The taxes could change. We have tax right here now. We do all the taxation in the program for you. Okay, you can see whatever year you want. You can see it right here in the drop down. Whatever you want to do, we do all we long-term capital gains, RMDs, Social Security provisional income taxation, everything here. Here's some of our tax charts here. You can see the provisional income we do every year for you, and we give you all the numbers on Social Security taxation. We'll show you tax rates and tax brackets. What part of the bracket is the rate? Okay, they're in the 28% bracket, but their federal tax rate is 17.15, right? Annual tax, right? This is every year now, okay? So federal tax, state tax, and total tax, and we break it down for you. And here's one of the most biting charts of all. If you guys are into tax-free income, this one here just shows you cumulative tax over a lifetime. Okay, so you can talk to these people and say, you know what, if you're going on the same course that you're going right now with your asset mix and your qualified money and taxes don't go up, you're going to be paying over $1 million in taxes over your lifetime. And you'll be able to show them that. These are the kinds of charts that we bring to you. Why? Because it helps us, and we know what goes on in those conversations from one side of the desk to the other. We're there. We do what you do, and it makes it a heck of a lot easier to write the software on it. I don't know, Brooke, I think I'm talked out. How about you?
Yeah. Guys, if you have any questions, do let us know. Happy to answer them at this time. Otherwise, I would say definitely reach out to Marcus and IAMS. They can get you set up on the program. They can talk to you about how to qualify. Marcus, and I know you touched on that in the beginning, but did you want to touch on that again quickly?
Yeah, I can certainly touch on that here real quick. What I want to do is just, if I could, launch one more poll on, well, I won't do that. But yeah, if you want access to the software, please give me a call or I will reach out to you after the webinar. But to get the software is to be contracted through insurance agency marketing, and what we look for is writing some of our core carriers and doing production of about $250,000 on an annual basis is what we look for from an overall basis. What I'd like to do is like to open it up to any questions people have about what Brooke and Steve have covered this morning. Do you guys have anything else you want to cover? I don't see any questions out there right now. Any closing remarks?
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know. I mean, maybe we should take a poll to see if the presentation was that good and there's no questions, or listen, what do you think? I'm kidding. I think I'm good, though. Brooke, how about you?
Yeah, I think I'm good as well. Just keep in mind, guys, sit down, run it on yourself, use yourself as an example. That would be my suggestion.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
maybe just Marcus, just one last thing, though. Guys, here's the deal, though, right? We know it's a big decision, though. We really do, right? And it's almost like, when you have to transfer over your BD clients or something like that, trying a new software program. But I got to tell you, though, we realize that, right? And again, you saw those support platforms, those training and support platforms. We will be with you every step of the way until you don't need us anymore. And I mean that 100%, and I know Brooke does too. That's what we do here at Thomas Gold, and I think that's why we're pretty successful with 4,100 agents. So if you're thinking about trying it, you want to dip your feet into the water or whatever, toe into the water, and try it out, I think you'll be. We do have a 30-day trial,
yeah,
and I know you know that. We give you all the full service on that, so try it out. See what you think. But you get a feel for what it's going to be like to be a full member at of Retirement Analyzer. So I wanted to say that.
Absolutely. Well, we certainly do appreciate you taking the time. I appreciate you, Steve and Brooke, for taking time out to spend with us on the webinar this morning. And I look forward to following up with each and every one of you this morning after the webinar. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You bet. Bye-bye.